Hey guys. So, right off the bat, I wanted to say that I actually really, really enjoyed this module, like the shift, like going actually like di- di- diving deeper into the industry that like we're actually going to be in, which I thought was really fun. Um, the first thing that he said that really caught my attention was that the median is the message, and I hadn't really thought about how like the messages can actually like have completely different effects depending on what median you use to like relay the message. But the thing that I like thought of that like made it make sense for me was like I thought of like a smoking commercial on TV. And like I know we've all seen the smoking commercials on TV. Like you're watching like a movie with your family and then it's like unwell person on the screen like scaring the crap out of you like don't smoke and you're like okay, I'm never gonna smoke. I remember always seeing that when I was little and I was like I'm never gonna do that. And now I like come across like videos on like TikTok that'll be like you really shouldn't smoke cuz like da 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 it's like bad. And like it's just not as engaging, not as like capturing like, and also it's just so easily flipped through. I feel like so it just doesn't really have the same message. And then another one of the things that he talked about was how the jack of all trades communication worker is now like becoming like a big thing for companies. They want people who are good at everything, not just good at one thing or the other thing. And which makes me feel like I really need to up my research game and just up my knowledge on things because it's cool when you can focus on one thing and be really good at it, but it's even cooler if you know about a lot of things. And like I like listen to Dr. TJ's like video lessons, and like you can like I can just he's just very smart in every single like aspect that he talks about, and it's a lot, and I'm just like wow, he knows exactly what he's doing. So like someone like that for companies is definitely what they're like looking for nowadays. And then something that I understand differently about research and technology and stuff is kind of aligns with it in a way. It's that I feel like research, because AI in our world is so current and so new, I feel like it's more difficult right now to like determine whether something's AI or real, or like to determine the two is like kind of difficult right now, I feel like, in our world because we just aren't that used to AI. But I think like over time, like over time it'll just kind of like research and stuff will like be more and more important for communication. I think it's going to take a lot of like cuz sorry, I kept losing my train of thought, but the research is like very foundational for like communication, and I just feel like without it, like without the research, like just using AI and things like that, because that's what like technology has provided for us now, which is great, except sometimes we miss out on the things that like research could provide us with, and like strategy and like actual thinking can like help create better um better ideas and things like that for companies. And then the application to the job market actually seems very intimidating because, as I talked about earlier, it is seeming to be more of like companies aren't wanting just a job for this or just a job for that. They are wanting people who are well rounded in skills involving all kinds of communication, because one, it's like a better investment for the company as a whole, and it's just like they benefit more from it, from you knowing more, than like hiring a bunch of people who know one thing and paying all those people. And so the where I feel the comm industry is going, and I feel like I kind of did touch on this a little bit just a second ago, but I feel like the communication industry is going to like divert from being so like I guess like consistent and being more like strategically consistent. Like I don't know if that made complete sense or not, or if I said that correctly, but I just feel like learning how to use research, like use strategy and use your brain and make it differential from AI or like anything like that is going to be like the key to being successful in the comm industry. And I think that'll just happen over time, over what the more we're used to AI, the more we realize what you can do with it, the more differences we realize that people come up with rather than AI and things like that. And I think the people who will make it are the ones who do put time in for the research, do put time into their knowledge and like learning as much as they can to better their like communication skills. It's gonna be the people who don't succeed are the ones who probably rely heavily on AI, like don't feel like doing like the work or think they already know how to work it, so they're just not gonna research like their audience or anything. They already know it. Like people who like that, like I just don't feel like are gonna make it in this industry because it's obviously evolving all the time, and there's just a lot that can be made from it, and I think that people will succeed in it as well. Thank you.